Good morning. I'm going to make a really short video. Happy holidays. 5776 Hebrew New Year. 76 times 76, 5776. Last year it was 75 times 75 plus 75 plus 75. But we're not in the year of 3 times 4, 3 times 4, 3 plus 4, 3 plus 4. And that'd be 2016. So everything seems to work out. Do you see this? Let's start from the inside. 2 and 35 is 37. The word 10 in French, dix, equals 37. It is the center of the roulette wheel and is the average and the top story of the Twin Towers. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 equals to a total of 111. When we crisscross the numbers and we use 16 and 21, it's 37. 17 and 20 is 37, but 0 equals 6. 37 becomes 43 in the center and is the connection to the letters DC, which is running through the sun and the moon. And the reason for that is because 5 and 4 is the number to the sun and the moon. And to get 5 and 4, we need 1 and 4. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5 and 4, equaling to 9. And the reality in 9 and 8 is that 8 is part of a half-life. Inside the cards, 6, 7, and 8 are all utilizing a dot in the center above and below, describing that there are moons. Understand that Venus and Mercury do not have moons because they run off the moons of Mars and Earth. Mars and Earth, the third and the fourth planet, and the third and the fourth planet are the only two planets that do not support the letter U because they use it through Pluto, which means later or before or much more than something else if we talk about languages. I was in synagogue yesterday and they used a word, I'm not going to probably say it right, but the word was shlosi. And shlosi, if you really think of it, is 33. What is 33? 33 is a split. It's a 3 to the left, a 3 to the right, and who knows that I'm in between. 3, 3, 3 is because these three that connects this one over here would connect the crisscross. This one over here will connect here in roulette. This is the missing numbers. Look at this. Okay, 29 and 8, 37. 8 and 31, 39. 6 and 31, 37. 6 and 33, 39. 33 and 4, 37. 4 and 35, 39. 35 and 2, 37. Now we skip to Venus and the cycle. 9 and 30, 39. And now it becomes 45 because there's a 0 and it's the foxhole. Since this all zeros equal 6, this is the Venus of 222, describing that we run through Pluto, that we run through Saturn, okay, which is a 3 times 2 system, the 9 lives of the cat, because the 9 lives of the cat will recreate 6 and 8. 4 times 2, 4 plus 2, 6 and 8 equals to 14, and when you turn this around, it equals to 14. Up and down is 7 up. We do know that 6 in numerology equals 52, 5 and 2, 7. 1 in numerology is 34, 3 and 4, 7. 1 and 6 is 7. The only 7 because the one eye stretches through the number 6 in between. This is the only 7. And we come back to this one over here. And once you get by to the other side, now we go red. This side is black, this side is red. 1, 36, 37. 3, 36, 39, 3, 34, 37. Do you notice? Here's your 3 and 4, 7, right? There is no 5 and 2. There is a 1 and a 6. There's a 3 and a 4. Now the 25 is your 5 and your 2. Your 25 is going to be on this side. Here's your 25. There's your 7 Earth. Here's your 34, your DC. Where's that number 34? 34 is your DC red. 25 is your red, and 16 is red. All the 7s are red. 16 is P. 25 is red, and is the Y letter, P and Y for pi. And 34 doesn't have an alphabetical count other than separate letters. 3 times 4, 3 plus 4 is the letter S, so it becomes psi. P-S-Y is 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 7. 30 and 9 becomes 39, plus 6 is 45. 30 and 7 becomes 37, plus 6 is 43. So you have DC and the fox. This number in numerology connects to running through the sun. 37 and 39 that we get is 76. 3 and 7 is 10 equals to 1. 39, 3 and 9 is 12 equals to 3. Alternate current. So now they alternate the current. 28 and 2, cycle. And on this side, they use 1 and 27. This is how we make the word man. Man is in red, 27 and 1. M and N is 27. 9 plus 1, 1 and 9, artificial intelligence. Connecting two worlds, connecting one moon, connecting two moons. See, this is 1 and 1 because inside the 0, you see that? It's an 11. Just look at the gray as 11. Just look at the gray as 1. 1, 1, 1 is the heart center to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. One side of this on the roulette wheel, okay, all the numbers are together. 17 and 20 are above each other. 22 and 15 are in the same row. 1, 2, 3, 4, all in the same area. 1, 2, all this are in the middle row of the roulette. It's just amazing the way it works. In between, 3, 34, 5, 32, 7, and 30 are all the reds in between the blacks, and they scatter the board. 3, 7, 5 are at the first area of the board, and then 32, 30, and 34 are on the bottom, and 36 are on the bottom. All the red that are with this are on the opposite side. It's just set up so perfect. It's crazy how this number system works. Another numerological count I'm going to show you is in the Mayan. There is 216 hours in a week plus 24 because that's the link day. I don't count it the same way as God rests on the seventh day. So when we add up the Haftorah, when you say Haftorah, for me it's half. So what is a full Torah? 3760 is the full Torah. Why? Because when Jesus was born, this is when we made the split into Christianity, the coming of the church. 3760, the Haftorah is 1880. 1888, 0, 14, 15. 14, 15 is pi, 3.141592. 1315 is 29, and 14 is 5, and 15 is 1 and 5 is 6. 3.141592. Alternate current, the gateway, the cube of the moon, the 9 legs of the cat, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, inside of 8. See the 8, the way the 2 come together? It's fictitious because it's a clue. Oh, look, what is it? I don't know. Oh, but it is the 8. One-way candle lighting up east and west and lighting up the heart, lighting up above, north, east, and west, and coming in from the center. Eliminate this point, 2 count. Eliminate this point, this one divides, 7 and 7. It's also 4, right? Number 4. Once you draw a line in an upside down 7, it becomes 4. Anyways, we have 56, 40, plus 136 is 57, 76, the year we are in. I made a mistake yesterday and put 56, 40, but over here I marked 126. If this is 126 plus this, it's 5766. That's the year I began my psychosis. We're missing 126 years, 42, 42, 42, 9 lives of the cat, or the numerological value to 5. The numerological value to 5, that gets 42. 4 and 2 is 6. 4 and 2 is 6. 4 and 2 is 6. The numerological value to 5, 5 times 5 times 5 is 1.25, which is the 5th of May, the 125th day of the year. 512 memory. 51 is Mars. 52 is Earth. But the actual value and the Mayan calendar is 216 hours for 9 days, and 216 hours for 9 days is 432, the vibration that sits between inside of Mars is 2 moons, which is the moon of Earth. Now 126 is that number, and 216 hours becomes the number of hours in the 1 week, because the Mayan has 2 of those inside the 18 months, making up the 360 degrees of the year. The reality of the Torah and the Haftorah becomes 5640, 136 years to this year, which becomes the letter P, alternate current inside the creation of man, 3 and 6, and the light of man, 6 and 1, or the spirit, which is 9 and 1, because we're allowed to reverse in the E world because the 3 is inverted. If I write down the 3, the 8, and I fold my book, the 8 divides up and puts 3 on each side. It's a weird way to look at this. It's hard to explain it. We see this, right? Look at that. Here's your 8, and once I split it, it's 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, and that's the church. and that's the steeple. All simple little things like this. I can't give you the exact answer because the question hasn't been asked, and I'm not a scientist. I can only show you the reality of how art plays inside the work. Inside of 136, okay, equals to 68 and 68, because it's a twin moon, becomes 34, 34. 6 and 8 is 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. 3 and 4 is the alternate current. This is created by the cat's life, which is the circle. It's an expression. 6 and 8. Now, if we had to do this 3 times, okay, how much would it be? Can we get 4 times? 4 by 30 is 120, and then we need 16. 44 and 44 is 88, and 44 is 92, and 132. So we get 45 becomes 135, 45, 45, 45 is 135, and this would be the year that just ended. The fox, 999, 555. It's all in that rotation. The birth within the 3 worlds, because every time you get a 5, it means there's a circle. Another thing I wanted to mention: 16 times 111 is 1776. 8 times 222 is 1776. When we add them up together, 333. Okay, now we multiply it by 5 times 3 is 1500. 5 by 3 is 15. 5 by 3 is 15. The total becomes 1665. Okay, 5 by 3 is 1500. 5 by 3 is 150, is 1650. 5 by 3 is 15. 1665. What is the difference? The heart is the difference. 5 times 3. 5 times 3, then it becomes 555. 555. The numerological value for 5 is 42, becomes 666. FFF, 6 and 5 is 11, 11, 11. 13, 31. Alternate current. Now we're missing 1, 1, 1. 5 times 3 is 1500. Now, what I'm going to show you is we're missing 111. How do I get 111? So I have to multiply Mars' creation of alternate current. I'm trying to remember exactly where I got this from. Yes, in order to get 1776 with 333, okay, and not get 1665, I would now have to multiply 513. 1/3 to get this. 111 inside 333 is 1/3. Here's your 1/3. Here's your 1/3. 513 says the ace, cat in the hole, the plug in the moon, plugging up within the sun, because this is the light. 111 inside of 222. Why 222? Because it's the half-light. 2 and 1 in the center. 2 and 1 in the center. So now I know there's something missing in here. I know you're saying, well, what is it? What is it? What is it? Okay, I can't explain exactly what this is. I'm trying to figure out that 1555 now. 3 times 333 is 999. 1 times 333 is 333, becomes 9 and 3 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3, becomes 333 again. This is your Lovejoy. Okay, Lovejoy is the planet that's out there right now, and it's just telling us that the system is linking. 111 is the number to the heart of the roulette. When we drag down these numbers, 2100, 210, this is all the cube, becomes 2331. 2331, okay, plus the reverse of 1332 equals 3663 creation. 363 creation to the 7th gate, 4 and 3, 1 and 6, 1 and 6, 4 and 3. The DC alternate current to the light equals to 777. 4114 was found on the computer. And on the computer, who's holding the flag that says 4114 is Grover from Sesame Seat. See the same street on Saturday, the day God rests, is holding the flag. And then all of a sudden, Zion, Israel, is 2246, which is a crisscross, because Grover Cleveland was the 22nd and 24th president. He repeated the term twice, And they counted him as 2 presidents and said just 2 terms because he has a split presidency, not like any other president. The Magen David goes here and it joins 1 and 1. Here is the light, the one that comes in at the light. There's 1 light to these 2. There's 1 light to these 2. There's 1 light to these 2. John F. Kennedy, this is the number he was holding. 1, 1, 1. And then I reversed it. But look, the Twin Towers and 101. 101, 6 and 8 is 101 away from 7. And 9 lives of the cat and computer talk. Lord our God, our Father, who art. Okay, thou, rewind. That's what it says. Thou God in heaven, and it says rewind. King, the life, the knowledge. Lord God our Father. Hebrew months, 28 and 29 days, the cycle and birth inside the moon, the subconscious and the flow of what we know. John F. Kennedy, both the 34th DC and the 35th President of the United States, alternate current. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but if I study with somebody who does know all this, we can put things together, because the psychologists and psychiatrists say, what was the first thing you thought today? What was the first thing you did today? What was the first thing you did when you got up? What's the primary thing? And that's what has to count. There's other words like vo and vav, which means man and God. They mix up their words. Earth was a mess. It means it was a mess. When earth is a mess in French, it says mélange, which means all mixed up. And mélange is like baking a cake. A little of this and a little of that. Again, although 16 times 111 is 1776, although 8 times 222 is 1776, when you multiply it by 5, we get 1665. Now the number to 1665, I'd like to take this off. We're going to get 1776 over here, is we have to do this. 5, 6, 6, 1. This becomes 6, this becomes 3, this becomes 3, this becomes 6. This is the creation. That's the same thing I did on the other one. This is how you get, now you get 1, 4, 4, 1. This is in the Son, and this connects to Jesus. This is where we are right now, 44. The second thing we do in 1, 6, 6, 5, okay, we are, and 1, 6, 6, 5 is we're not going to reverse it now. This becomes 1, this becomes 3, this becomes 3, this becomes 2. This becomes 1, this becomes 3, this becomes 3, this becomes 2, this becomes 3, 6, 6, 3, and it's perfect. Perfect reverse. Okay, the next thing I'm going to mention with this is we're going to do it again. 2, 3, 3, 1. Double each one becomes 4, becomes 6, becomes 6, becomes 2. We're going to do it again. This becomes 8. This becomes 3, 3, 4. We do it again. This becomes 7. This becomes 6, 6, 8. And this is where we're going to stop. We do it 3 times. The 9 lives of the cat is your 68. Inside the woman the 66 stands for the I. This over here. Or if you want, we can do this. Now this, okay, are 2 birds. One bird, and do you know what's funny is that on Bugs Bunny they use this bird as witches. Okay, inside the castle. So these are the 2 birds, and then these are the tails of the birds. This is the fleur-de-lis, this is France, and the sound in Hebrew and French, and a little bit of Spanish, is exactly how it works out. This becomes Quebec, which becomes Greece, which becomes Israel. Greece is what makes up the world, because this word says ass and face. Okay, it also says electrical connect of the tail. This is the word tail. This is the word kiss. Everybody says the Greeks is all about the ass. So we're going to put Greece inside of Quebec because it's the same thing. Grek, Israel, because the 3 flags are all the same color. Greece, 7, 25, 35, and 3 is 38, and 5 is 43, connecting of the alternate current. Quebec is 38 to start the word. And 5 is 43, and 6 is 45, 50, 53, electric company, alternate current to 3 of them. Israel 64, east-west rotation. Inside of Quebec, we're going to remove 21. All we're going to get is 17 and 5. It's 22, 24, 29, 32. The doorway, because of the water. Another thing we have to understand, I'm missing it in my head right now, is number 5 does not have the letter U. So it says the same thing. And in Hebrew, right? You know what month it is right now? This is the month it is right now. It is the month of the gateway and the 0 stars, or 500. Binyomin is 500. Why do I do this? Okay, actually it's 505 Levi's. Why do I do this? Because they say it's the first month of the new year, but they also say it's 7 months later from Passover. Okay, at the same time, Levi's 505 and San Francisco. San Fran just took out the candles. They just blew out the candles in San Francisco. Why? Because they knocked down Candlestick Park and put up the new park, and all of a sudden, that's right, San Francisco gets a new uniform. Wearing gold and out of Alcatraz. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Tekiah, to worship. Shavurim, the true repentance. Broken toots. Teruah, the celebration, the alarm, and the danger. Tekiah Shavurim, 1, 3, and 9 toots, 1, 3, 6, 1, E6, 1, E9, Mem. Musaf. So I can tell you a little bit about this because all I need is sound. If you blow the shofar and you make music, your body goes, oh my God, I hear it so good, it's so good. What does it mean? What does it mean? You don't know what it means, but your body feels it and you want to cry and you want to dance and you want to party and you want to move to the music, and then you say the sound is nothing because the word value takes over its reality? Are you kidding me? You can cry and dance to music, but because you hear my word I speak, it has no value. The vibration is the biggest value in the world. You see a color and it means nothing, but it's all dark in the room, so now it means everything. The sun comes out, the sun shines high in the sky, but yet it means nothing. So does it mean something to somebody? So we sit and we worship the sun? Are you kidding me? Do you know the actual truth of even how to think anymore? Do we really know where we put in school to think? To two is to get mixed up with the truth because we just don't know. But we do know that when we go out and we have a few drinks and we sit in the bar and we hear the music, it's nice. When we hear the quietness out in the forest, it's nice. When we hear a splash in the water, we know it's a trout that just jumped up, so the flies are out because they jumped up after a fly, so we know we have to switch to our fly rod. And you're telling me sound, because it makes a word and a definition inside a dictionary, doesn't have any value? Tell me again. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. I really appreciate it and take to heart the value of everything everyone says, even if I could, should, maybe not, and I do. Thank you.